What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Escape from New York. Thanks for tuning in. We are back, and I'm going to kick this one off with a new routine. There is going to be a Bible verse of the day at the beginning of every video. Today, we have Paul writing in Ephesians 4:22 to 4:24. You were taught with regard to your former self, which is being corrupted by its deceitful desires, to be made new in the attitude of your minds, and to put on the new self, created to be like God in true righteousness and holiness. Ladies and gentlemen, I am evidence of the power of Jesus Christ. No matter what you are going through, no matter what situation you're in, Jesus has the power to heal you and to transform you into the person that he created you to be. I have just passed 90 days sober, free of my marijuana addiction, but I just want to put that out there to bring another person to Christ if I can, or if you already are a believer, encourage you to press even harder with your faith. So the other day I was talking to my older brother, who unfortunately still lives in the communist state of New York, and he asked me a question, something along the lines of, what's going on with your arsenal? You must have like all these different guns by now and this and that. And my response was kind of just more of the same, which brings us to today's video topic: how and why I choose to stick to one pistol platform, my beloved Glock 19X with a Trigicon RMR and TLR1, currently carrying in the Filster Floodlight 2 holster at the appendix position. I do buy things in other colors other than tan. I also like flat dark earth and coyote brown. Clearing this weapon, cause I ain't no sucker. You ain't gonna catch me slipping. Bada bing, bada boom, there she is. I've named her Jolene. Jolene, Jolene, Jolene. I'm not here to rain on the parade of those of you who believe that variety is the spice of life. Listen, we all work hard for our money, and I respect what another dude wants to do with his dough. But I'm coming from a perspective of a utilitarian, if I'm using that word properly. A guy who I'm just all about utility. I'm all about self-defense. I'm all about my carry setup. I'm looking to compete this year, and I want to use my carry gun with my carry holster from concealment and all that. I am just like maximum practicality in that sense. Some people out there will tell you, hey, if it's a striker fired, polymer gun, they're all the same. They're all going to handle the same. If you can shoot one, you can shoot the other. And for the most part, that is true. But let's be honest, when you get behind the wheel of, let's say, Toyota Sequoia with a V8, right? You drive that for a while. Then you get behind the wheel of a 4-cylinder Honda CR-V. It's a different throttle, all right, maybe that's an extreme difference, but you get the point. You drive a certain car for a while, you get behind the wheel of another, and it feels a little different. I tried out the Walther PDP for a while, and it was an awesome gun, but it wasn't for me. It pointed different from the Glock. I chose Glock because I love the grip angle and the recoil impulse. I love my 19X so much that I got another one. As much as I am a Glock fanboy, I am not here to make this about my absolutely perfect Glock, which has 4,000 rounds through it and zero malfunctions whatsoever. This idea carries over to other platforms that can do the same thing like this, whether the Walther PDP, the Springfield Echelon, the SIG P365, P320. With those platforms, you can still crisscross slides and frames. So, if I really need the extra concealment, I've got myself a Glock 19 Gen 5 frame that I can take my slide with my optic already and give myself 2 less rounds, a little less to grab. But if I really need that extra concealment, I can do that. So, like I said, this isn't something that is limited to Glock, but the idea is sticking to one platform. For the colder months, fall and winter and whatnot, we start to wear more layers, thicker clothing materials and whatnot. So for this fall and winter, I carried in this Tenacore outside the waistband Arcs Soul holster, and it was it was awesome. It was extremely comfortable. And then I got myself a duty holster, finally, the Alien Gear Rapid Force Level 3 duty holster. And I was, prepared for camping trips, training trips that the boys would hit me up for. Because I remember on the first camping trip, I went out there with an appendix carry holster the whole time, camping and sleeping with it. Fully maximize your EDC and build around that. Get yourself a backup gun for backup parts, or maybe you want to send your frame out to get stippled, or your slide out to get milled or Cerakoted or something like that, and then you have one that you can replace it with. Magazine compatibility with the Glock 19, 19X, might get myself a Glock 26, narrow path, narrow lane that you want to be on, and have every holster, every accessory to accommodate this weapon for absolutely any situation. It's dope when you get invited to some type of training trip or some type of situation and you've already got all the gear that you need. I know I'm kind of like beating a dead horse with my same pistol here, but that's my mindset. I do have new topics, new gear, and new guns to bring you guys some content on. I've been talking about my ZPAP 92 SBR for a while, and a gay ass silencer shop, stole my money, and I never heard from them again. Gay. So I took it to a local gun shop, Carbon and Steel. Really cool guys over there helped me get set up, and I'm just waiting for the approval. So yet again, the ZPAP 92 SBR video is coming soon. We've also got the full review for the Filster Floodlight 2 holster coming soon. I've also got a Hunter Constantine EDC belt on the way, because I'm trying out an alternative to the Filster Enigma, which has worked very well, but I think I want to try something without that annoying ass leg leash. I picked up a Glock 43X for my wife. So man, there's a lot of stuff coming. And there's going to be more content when it comes to the faith. I am about to ditch my King James Bible, and I asked my wife to order me an Ethiopian Bible so we can get into what I believe is a more true and raw, unfiltered form of the Word of God, without weirdos like King James thinking he has the authority to decide what should be in the Bible and what should not. But anyway, I'm going to cut this short, guys. Thank you for tuning in. God bless everybody. Be back soon. Peace.